Well, most rugby rivalries feature a trophy of one description or another, but the Hawke's Bay v Bay of Plenty clash is unique in world sport. These two provinces play for something much more important, namely the emphatic form of the only definite article in the English language pronounced with the dental non-sibilant fricative. Bay of Plenty and Hawke's Bay battle for the right to be called the Bay. And this is serious business indeed. Scotty Stevenson with you at McLean Park tonight as ITM Cup rugby continues. Carlton Anna alongside me in the box, but let's head sideline, Ian Smith.
Well, thank you very much, Scotty, and welcome to the beautiful Hawke's Bay, which is still the Bay as we speak. It's a faultless night, actually. Not a huge crowd in at this point. More to come in through the gates, I understand, but this is very important for both these sides, as you say, prestige. But more importantly for the side on the left in the black and white, they don't want to go relegation bound after just being up for 1 year, and so tonight is hugely important, mate.
Well, the home side, Smithy, head into round 6, 1-4, and their sole win came against championship frontrunners Counties Monaco back in round 3. On Sunday, though, they were soundly beaten in Invercargill, and they'll need to find something special here to avoid odds on relegation. Bay of Plenty ended a 2-loss streak when they smashed Auckland. It gave them a real thumping in the John Drake boot match last weekend, and they come in tonight with a 2-3 record. They've kept some consistency in their selections for this one, and they'll be confident going in as favourites tonight, but they'll know all too well what Hawke's Bay did to them last time they met at Rotorua. Hawke's Bay on that occasion ably assisted by the likes of Zach Guilford and Israel Dagg, neither of whom will be on show tonight for the home side. But for Bay of Plenty, the likes of Luke Braid are going to be key to their performance tonight. They've kept at the front five that performed so well against Auckland, including Pleasance Tate, this promising loose-head prop who's kept Tristan Moran on the bench, and Dan Perrin gets the hooking spot, a real veteran of the game now. But it was Braid and his carrying game and his tackling game and his work around the fringes that really set the tone for the Bay of Plenty's win. Josh Hall starts at halfback. McCashin moves back into the first 5 position, which sees Phil Burley move out 1 to 12. And Burley, arguably, this is his best position. Played there for the Highlanders, of course. Kenny Lynn outside him. And the return of Chris Noakes there on your screen into the reserve bench as well. And he'll be sure to add a calm head if indeed he is operating at 100%, which remains to be seen. And the Hawke's Bay side will walk out here in front of the McLean Park faithful, who expect big things from this side and have done now since the revamped ITM Cup began. And Mike Coman is a man who always gives 100%. He had a right royal tussle in Invercargill last week. He broke his nose yet again, a suspected broken hand. He's turned up today. He took one in a very painful place as well, Mike Coman. So he may be speaking an octave higher on the field tonight, but he's still here and he's ready to go, and he'll be ably assisted by Fomai and Lowe in the loose forward trio. Chris Eaton will be at halfback. Dan Waianga keeps the 10 jersey. And look for Latu as well on the left wing. First year out of Gisborne Boys High, Pinikulu Latu. And Andrew Horrell will need to perform again tonight if this Hawke's Bay side is to stand any chance against the Bay of Plenty team that really puts heat on around the breakdown, and a backline that's shown better and better organisation throughout the season. Carlton Anna alongside me in the box. KT, we're in for a treat tonight.
Oh, really looking forward to this one, Sumo. The Bay of Plenty really did come off a really huge win against Auckland at home, and Hawke's Bay having their only win at home. So if that means anything, well, we're in for a big one. Hawke's Bay need it.
Mike Fraser, the referee this evening. Ross Kennedy waiting for the kickoff. There is Andrew Horrell. Such good touch for the Chiefs when they needed him this year, and Sam Kane allowed a chance to regroup with the Bay of Plenty side after All Black duties. Hikawera Elliott. His battle with Josh Honeck tonight will be something to savour as well. So, beautiful night in Hawke's Bay. And some mad, passionate footy fans in this part of the world, that is for sure. Referee Fraser checks everything in order. Time on in the Battle of the Bays, the 2012 edition, straight down the middle of the field with the restart. Competing for the ball, and Bay of Plenty come away with it, but a knock on. So we'll pack down first scrum after 10 seconds. KT just come out of the build-up show with Ian Jones and lots of discussion about various elements in this game for you. What do you see as the most important thing for both of these sides tonight?
Well, the number 7 battle for mine is going to win this game. Kaolo, a very astute player, been around for a long time. And he versus the young man, the young bull, Sam Cane, the All Black, off tomorrow to Argentina. Hasn't had a run for a little while.
Crouch.
That's the one for mine, Sumo, that really will be a strong determination how this game goes.
Sit.
First scrum down, and the ball is in play. Off the back and straight to Chris Eaton inside the 22. Looks for the touch, won't quite find it. Gathered up by Lance McDonald. 2 tries against Auckland. There's a late caller. And Phil Burley now under pressure from the chase line, and he gets one over the top, lob style. Still in play, but only just. No, the flag is up. So Bay of Plenty through Maru Henry will take the ball over the chalk, and Hawke's Bay will have the feed to the line out.
Yeah, indecision there from Lilia Masanga. Very strange one for him. He has been hitting the ball up strong in contact. This time gave it under pressure. He won't be happy with that start.
We'll get first things first. Let's get a gap. Hold it, ball down. Get in.
Well, we're only a minute into it, but better signs from Hawke's Bay. Their set piece, their scrum was very solid. The kick from Eaton was pinpoint accurate, and the chase was the best part of it.
Taken in and played by Schoenbeer. The first hit up of the game. Savannah Fomai. Picked up by Luke Braid. Lost forward as the call, so we'll have another scrum. Well, it's one area of the game, I guess, Smithy, where Craig Philpott is looking for accuracy. He also mentioned gain line in his interview pre-match tonight, and that's something that this Hawke's Bay side just couldn't get working for them against Southland especially.
Well, I think the finger's been pointed at some fairly experienced individuals. He'd be one. Andrew Horrell, he needs more impact. Hicker Elliott, Carl Lowe, the captain himself won't have been pointing without pointing at himself. They expect more. Missing severely, they're missing the pick and go from the likes of Taumalolo, who was just an absolute foundation here in the Bay for so long. So someone has to do that work, that groundwork.
Again, the scrum is good. It drops at the end, but Mike Fraser continues. Wainger now cuts it wide. Here's this young man on debut. Penikolo Latu, first year out of Gisborne Boys High. And big things expected of him as well. Eaton clears away. Wainger takes it toward the line. Hikaweta comes up with the spill and picked up by Phil Burley. Counter-attack on, straight into the back of Pete Borlase. So Callum Retallick regathers, and the Bay of Plenty will set up 10 short of halfway. McCashin. Straight down the gullet of Andrew Horrell. Looks to the outside for Gillies Kaka, who swapped wings for this game. No, Nemani injured against Southland, so Kaka across to the right-hand side, making room for Penikolo Latu. Horrell again. Trails back and puts in a thumping spiral downfield. All they can do is watch it across the line. Hitachi hasn't put the flag up. That looked for all money, like it bounced on the chalk. Play continues. Fomai. Strong carry from the number 6 up over halfway. And Lowe deputises. Wainger. Leon Power was coming up quickly in midfield to defend, and the penalty goes against the Bay of Plenty.
Well, one thing for mine already, Sumo, is the attitude of this Hawke's Bay team. A lot more positive. Smitty's already touched on the man who needs to inject himself, and that's Horrell at the back. Huge kickoffs with you. I thought it was on the line. Not deemed so by the touchline, Smitty.
Kick of bang on 50 metres here. We'll have a look at this and just confirm it either way. Boys, how are your eyes tonight?
Oh, that's a great call, Touchy.
Yeah, you guys are just go to the bin, the pair of you.
I'm a long way away, Smithy.
Yeah, okay.
I rely on you for this sort of detail.
Big night already by the sounds of it. Right, let's look at this kick. Bang on halfway. Absolutely no breeze to speak of. Times it pretty well, this fellow, Dan Wainger. He got a point to prove tonight. He was Bay of Plenty for a little while, wasn't he?
Sure was. North Otago as well, Dan Wainger. It's quite the nomadic career. And we believe he's been linked with the Blues, either full contract or wider group next year, so he's plugged away for a long time. So right on the dot, Dan Wainger gets plenty of it, and what a kick, Dan Wainger. The home side on the board with 3 points, courtesy of their first 5.
Well, they needed a positive start, and that's what they've got. Dan Wainger already yelling at his troops, started leaning back. He knew he had the accuracy and just had enough on it. They couldn't ask for anything better, and the crowd's behind them as well.
Restart made. Wainger from the safety of the 22. Luke Braid is back. Lance McDonald sidesteps himself and finally takes the tackle of Kennedy. Looking to give the ball plenty of flight. Maru Henry taken down, knocked on by Dan Perrin, and into touch. So we'll come back for the scrum. So scrappy from the visitors.
Yeah, but I actually thought they set that up well. Once Lance McDonald took it into contact, they had numbers to this near side of the field. Retallick passes it a bit late. That's great defence there by the Hawke's Bay winger, Gillies Kaka. Does look like putting a shoulder on, and just look at that effort over the top as well from Borlays. They're up for it.
Here we go. Let's go, boys. Here we are.
I know there's going to be some real intensity out there tonight. This Hawke's Bay side with its back against the wall.
Nah, we're not steady there.
Dan Wainger is very close to that scrum with Gillies Kaka parked up right behind him. So look for him to either hit it up or be a decoy. Sasevi also is very strong on the run, ex-North Harbour player. Look for this crash early on, I think, Sumo. And they'll pick a weak side to attack off that.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Scrum goes down, arm goes up. Simple equation.
Loose head.
Pleasance Tate gets the call.
Shot call.
Dan Wainger's bought the power boot this evening, Ian Smith.
Well, he has, Sumo. It's about, I suppose, about 50 metres on the angle again, really, if you take that into account. Thing to note here as we watch Pleasance Tate just slip the bind first up and he went down. So Mike Fraser was right on that side, as you can see. He had no hesitation. Wainger's technique is interesting. He doesn't take more than about 3 steps back once he's lined it up. So she's all about the timing and getting that plant foot exactly right. Perfect conditions, though. Repeat, and after that first one, well, distance shouldn't be an issue.
You can see what that scrum meant to the Hawke's Bay team, though, Sumo. They're giving each other high fives already. So it's all about attitude, this first opening stanza for them.
Well, he's closing in on 300 first-class points, Daniel Wainger. Kicks away, he starts at left, it slowly drifts, hits the post. Ball's in play. Lance McDonald with a worm burner up towards the halfway line. Horrell was there to collect. Oh, and Hicker Elliott with toes where his fingers used to be tonight so far. Masunga gets it back in field to Braid. Now this is a real chance for Bay of Plenty, and the defence comes across. Mike Coman is there to finish him off. But just like that, the Steamers in striking distance.
Well, they've been stuck in their own half for 67% of this game, Sumo, and just that's a very tough pass for Hicker Elliott to pick up. So the second one, they get the ball wide and realise where the space is. Normally you'd expect Lilia Masunga to finish from there. It was a great covering tackle from the halfback. In the end, Eaton, pressure throw, Hicker.
Callum Retallick cleans it up for Bay of Plenty. Here's Sam Cane diving over the tackle of Dan Wainger. And then it's messy at the back. Hall under pressure. Picked up by Callum Retallick. No nonsense, sort of locked forward, Big Red. Here's Sam Cane, 5-metre line. Retallick pops it up again. The forwards getting through the hard yards here. Bay of Plenty, as they did against Auckland. Hall with options. Finds McCashin. Cut ball for Kendrick Lynn. Kenny Lynn trying to pirouette out of the tackle. And they start again at the 5-metre line. Finn comes in from big Josh Hawke. Now Perrin offloads to the captain, Tanido Latimer. He reached out and he's lost the ball forward.
Oh, what a soft end to some great play there from Bay of Plenty. Geez, they were looking good. Those little passes, interchange between the forwards, just getting it away from the contact areas worked so well for them the last couple of games for them. And in the act of reaching out, Tanido Latimer just knocks on, but great scrambling defence from Hawke's Bay.
I think that's been their most positive sign tonight, Carl, to be honest. In previous matches, they would have conceded a try from those phases. Their defence just hasn't been resolute enough. And Latimer really is under pressure from a very good tackle midfield from the number 13 for Hawke's Bay, who's just a new boy on the black Karawana.
How is the commitment from Mike Coman?
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, he will lead from the front. He'll go all night. He'll bleed at some point, you know that, Sumo.
Guaranteed. Unbackable at the TAB for blood.
It's gone.
And ball is up at the back of the scrum, and the Bay of Plenty getting around this, so they'll get it on more ball.
Maul. Black Maul. Held
I
up.
think this is an area that Herb Schuller, the Bay of Plenty coach, really has highlighted as one of their strengths. Carl Lowe couldn't get to deck. They sent a lot of numbers in there. Very tough for Carl to get up, come off the back of the scrum. The ball was messy. You see there, Paul's getting amongst it. Probably got a ping there, had his hand in the scrum. Sam Cane also working hard. He's up off the deck. Geez, you couldn't ask for a better attacking opportunity here, Bay of Plenty.
So just look for that for Hawke's Bay. The jersey changes suggest that Carl Lowe would be on the flank, but Coman has gone on the blind side here wearing the 8. Lowe's at the back for both forms of the scrum, offensive and defensive.
Sit!
I just wonder why that is the case, Smithy. I'm sure you'll be able to find out from the bench at some stage in the match. But it's Bay of Plenty at the moment, hot on attack. And they'll set play again, 4 short of the line. Hall looks up, sees a bit of space, shut down. Pick and drive play. The Steamers looking for their first 5 of the game. Kane is there. And Mike Fraser says try on. Sam Cane back in the side tonight. He scores the first try of the match.
Well, it just seemed a bit somewhat inevitable, you'd have to say, Sumo, just around the rucks. Their runners just too strong. Hawke's Bay under the pump was always going to be tough to defend from that situation, but just watch them here. Hall was the one. It was a bit untidy from that period. Number 11 comes in on a couple of occasions, Henry. Just right after this one, you see Sam Cane come out the back, see him getting up now, picks it up quickly. No defence here from Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, Coman was in 2 minds, but he could see on the inside that Borlace wasn't there quickly enough to plug that gap, so he was drawn in, but it was all too late. The body position summed it up for Sam Cane, and that was the defining part of that from Bay of Plenty's point of view. They deserve it. They've stole a Hawke's Bay line out. They caused a problem at scrum time, so Hawke's Bay set pieces there, as well as the Elliott fumble earlier. It's cost them 7.
Well, McCashin gets a settler too to start him at 59% for the season. 7-3 the scoreline. Here's Cane again, and he just bisected Borlace and Coman. Coman knew it.
Yeah, there's nothing much he could do there either. When you caught in that position. What a great attacking play there from Bay of Plenty.
Slight confusion on the restart. Burley ends up taking it in.
Stay black.
Low. And now Horrell will go to the air. Coming forward is Braid, takes it beautifully, Luke Braid. And he'll set again now. Steamers ball, they'll give away the penalty. Holding on, Luke Braid, not so good.
Over the ball. Hey, relax. 3.
Well, the boys just starting to warm up, and I think that's just a sign of what this means to both sides, what pressure they're under.
Callum Retallick's just running like a sumo and fended Barone in the face.
You just see, you heard oh, he loves it, doesn't he, Retallick? He's one of those players, though, isn't he, Sumo, that just niggles away, and it's well taken here from Braid initially, right between the legs. What about that? Bit of skill.
No hands.
See that man there,
Carl
Lowe, yeah, right on it.
There's a bit of
But Josh Hawke doesn't need a second invitation. He loves mixing it up.
The bouncer likes getting it. Look at that. Big Red's just come in there. Look at him. He's the world's most annoying man, Callum Retallick. I'm sure he'll take that as a compliment. It was intended as one.
I was going to say, you need one of those guys in your team that just unsettle the other side. And
takes a fair bit from his teammates in Super Rugby as well, Callum Retallick. Dan Wainga will look to convert here. Watching this the whole way, and again the flags go up. Hawke's Bay digging deep on the reserves bench. When you're 1-4, you need all the help you can get.
Well, their discipline will have to be at a premium between that 45-metre margin into the goal line. Bay have plenty, because Dan Wainga has shown already he's on song.
Kaka into the tackle of Retallick. Eaton. Wainga thought about the kick. And now the penalty to the Bay of Plenty.
Sealing off.
Straight over the top, Hawke's Bay in a defensive ruck, and Smithy, that's a coach killer.
Well, it is, and Dan Wainga perhaps had the option to kick straight away off the left foot, but chose to just go inside, and he did link up with Carl Lowe, but Hawke's Bay found guilty of closing off the ball. Perhaps could have gone there, wished he had it. In hindsight, just look at the Hawke's Bay player going over and closing it off, and Carl Lowe's been the man ping for that.
Yeah, and I think that's great work from Sam Kane. You can see Dan Wainga wanted to go to his left foot. Kane rushed him, so he decided he'd have a little nudge. It was the wrong one in the end. Now a direct reply here for Nick McCashin.
McCashin again. 3 more to the Steamers' cause. 10-6 the scoreline here at McLean Park.
That's it. Get the flask out. Smuggled it in.
Security. Public service broadcasting here at Sky Sport. McCashin clears downfield. Here's Latu. This 19-year-old kid with so much good press around him on debut tonight. A great moment for him. He gets the penalty as well. Testy times out there. Testy times.
I was just going to say, Peter Borlase is hitting these rucks like no tomorrow, and this guy's running into contact with that same attitude. Doesn't look out of place whatsoever. Big unit for 19 too.
Well, they tell us, and Zach Guilford testified to this as well, that this guy's been jumping out of his skin for this moment in his career already. He's just been absolutely waiting. Illegal play by a player on the ground there, fishing it back with his hand. Mike Fraser was keen to award the penalty straight away, but yeah, he's come with big raps, and he hasn't disappointed.
Well, they're not shy of producing footy players at Gisborne Boys High. The Gear brothers, Rico and Jose. Charlie Ngatai kicking around in Super Rugby. Craig Clark, of course, captain of the Chiefs.
Plethora of talent there, Sumo. I just liked your opening. I wanted to spread a bit of English. But don't ask me how to spell it, though.
It's just a definite article, mate. T-H-E. The Bay. Wainga. He's all concentration as he looks to slot 3 more for the home side. And he can't convert this opportunity, so the score remains the same. It's physical. It's threatening to blow up out here. And at the moment, neither side looks to have a real edge in terms of the way this game is flowing.
Yeah, but you just love this type of footy where everything is on the line, Sumo. Both teams just giving everything. It means so much to them. Both being in place 6 and 7. Neither of these teams will want to go down next year, so obviously just that passion that they bring.
Oh, it's a wonderful occasion, this. 44 times these two sides have met. They have plenty with 24 wins to Hawke's Bay's 18. And these bragging rights are very important to the fans of both sides as Wainga On the left, clears downfield. And McCashin catches and turns and kicks downfield.
Back. Go! 6.
Looking to set play. Not shy of attack as Lowe has the ball now. Hikuera Elliott puts the fend on Leon Power. That one-handed carry up over the halfway line.
Let's go!
There is Eaton. Wainger trying to find the width they so desire, Hawke's Bay. And the bounce pass, not the flashes. Look at him go. Penakololatu again making the advantage line. They call on the big man, Schoonby. Eaton takes his time now, looking for options, finds Horrell. And Horrell has got too much on that one.
Well, it's a shame, Sumo. It's a shame for Hawke's Bay because they're looking good there. Horrell won't be happy, obviously. But on that left side, I think they got a distinct advantage over there. Wilato's policing. He's making a lot of yards. Change already short line out for the Bay Penny, so they got numbers in their back line.
Up is Leon Power, and the ball is away now. Here is Phil Burley. Had Kendrick Lynn on his shoulder, just driving him forward into play. In fact, here's Lynn now. So he can't be in two places at once. McCashin gets the ball away. And it's knocked on. Bay have Plenty's hands at the moment. Certainly leading the handling errors count.
Again, just a bit of niggle over that sideline. Sanga couldn't take the handle. Kendrick Lynn, though, just injecting himself. A little bit of change of pace. Nearly got him through his scrambling defence here from Karawana. Just on the inside there, Simo was able to disrupt him.
Marvin Karawana. Spoke about him last week down in Southland, of course. Played for the Newcastle Knights in the NRL. Back here now for Hawke's Bay. And Hawke's Bay as well may well be welcoming Ben Franks to the province next year. We understand Franks is signed for the Hurricanes and signed for Hawke's Bay. Here's Tuasa Sevi.
Let's go!
So a big signature on the books of the struggling Magpies side this year. Here's Dan Wainger now. The fake works well this time. They come across on him, shut him down, but not before he offloaded. Eaton with a great ball wide to Kaka. Gillies Kaka. Great step from the young man. Kicks it through, keeps it in the tram lines. Chase on. Maru Henry. Oh, Kaka! Oh, you're kidding! You are kidding! That is a perennial finalist for the try of the decade.
That is the best try I have seen all year. Gillies Kaka, totally individualistic. Has played for Hawke's Bay and Queenstown in the National Sevens on a number of occasions. Had no space whatsoever. Just watch it here. This is deep within their 22 where Dan Wainger received the ball. Saw the rushing defence of Nick McCashin. Watch the offloads they get in this period of play. Hawke's Bay, good long pass here, but Gillies Kaka, the right foot step, then the fend and the strength. Watch this little bit of skill down the sideline. Chip and chase. There's a good one there coming back by Henry, but what about this little bit of skill there? Gillies Kaka, oh yes!
Wow. Let's see it from every angle we've got, folks. Let's see it all. This is coming towards us. This is amazing. Never give up on the ball, fellas. Never, ever give up on it. And back yourself with all those skills you've learnt in the backyard against your mates and had the guts to try there and had the guts to try here. So there's a young man who so much has been talked about in such a short space of time. He delivers. He really does deliver. And go back to Wainger's courage to run it after being caught last time round, and the big floating pass from Chris Eaton to give that space. Wonderful moments in rugby.
Well, if Eaton hadn't thrown that ball 80 metres out, it would have been a try assist. But as it was, Kaka had it all to do. 3 weeks ago on this ground, he was denied another spectacular try against Counties. Ian Smith, you were here as Wainger lines up from 5 and from touch. He wasn't denied this week, Gillies. Let's call off the game and just watch that again. Dan Wainger misses left.
Just watch the end of it here, though. Gillies Kaka under duress. Watch his footwork. I mean, looks like he's playing a bit of soccer. He waits for the bounce. He's patient. He comes off. The right foot step keeps him play, and then still is able to finish and fend off Masanga. Oh, yeah. How good.
That is some try. As Bay of Plenty set up again. And great work. Josh Hawke, who just got up, took the ball down. And now the Steamers. Sasevi rushes up on Burley. And captain Tanido Latimer gets in, rips the ball away. Coman trying to hold them up in more formation. They'll have the feed here if they can't win the ball, the Steamers. Hawke's Bay get it.
Same thing. Goal maul. Collapsed.
Captain on captain, there he gets up.
Not from the collapsed maul.
Michael Coman,
down there.
as you said, Smithy always works hard, and Tanido won't be happy with that.
Finding the surface line.
Yeah, look at him position himself. I guess he came from the back, but he quickly slipped around the side and just prevented Latimer being able to free that. Look at Luke Braid trying desperately on the bottom there to make sure it went to ground. No chance.
You've got to find inspiration, and that's what Hawke's Bay's is. Michael Coman, number of injuries, still fronts up week after week and performs like that at a high level.
Clear to Waianga. And now they have some space for Marvin Caruana to set something up. He drops it off for Tui Sasevi. Good defence coming in from Sam Kane, and he's forced the mistake.
How's the binding foresight?
Kane and Braid and Latimer. That is a trio to roll out, KT.
Oh, any international team would love to have those three playing for them. That's the beauty of this competition, having Sam Kane back from the All Black duties and off tomorrow. We're loving his air points, but that guy there, he's been a worry as well. You talk about Michael Coman being the talisman. Well, that guy for Bay of Plenty has been huge for a number of years, had an outstanding season. Super Rugby, and Luke Braid, well, he was on fire last week. But I think they've been shut out in this last 5 odd minutes, Sumo, so they need to get back into it right here.
Might be a time for Lilian Masanga to do something special. He's had a very quiet night. He's been dominated over there on the right-hand side. He's standing right behind McCashin.
Hang on.
Masanga, rather frustrating season for him so far at ITM Cup level. He was hampered by lower leg injury earlier in the season, and it just feels to me he hasn't quite got back to 100%, and there's just no time to rest for him. He's such a key component in the Steamers backline.
Yeah, and he loves playing as well. I know he's got a few niggles. You saw earlier on in the game, Sumo, where he did have a bit of space, and normally he would be able to finish from there, so I still think he's not right there, maybe running at 90%. The top end speed's not there yet. He's a lot heavier, a lot stronger.
From the back.
Well, sparking from number 8 is the call from Mike Fraser, and it's got to be the front row, Smithy, who set the tone for the scrum. Referees are hot on that subject.
Is Eaton.
Waianga. That is a decent bomb. Sasevi gets taken out. He's nowhere near the ball. And Josh Hall is the man who ran into contact. And the ball is up off the deck. And now it's away with Pleasance Tate. Solid carry from the loose head. Hall. Numbers wide for the Steamers now. They just need to get the ball out there somehow. And it won't be through Hawke. Kane. Good gain line from Sam Kane. They set again. Happy to play with. Perrin. 10-metre line inside the Magpies half as Burley comes in. Close quarter action now for Leon Power. It's taken down by Kaka. Hall can't control. The line comes up in a hurry. Dan Waianga. Good read from the first 5. Braid now wants the short side and takes them on around the fringe. Gets to deck. And wins the penalty. Luke Braid.
Release. Yep, where you are.
Well, I think they've got an advantage around their breakdown area of the Bay when they go up the middle. For mine, strong running. Sam Kane always making yards. Like that blind side too. They didn't go back in field, kept it tight.
Well, they did have numbers out wide on the right there. You called it Sumo, but unfortunately the numbers were small numbers. And they didn't quite have the school. Masanga had crept over to the left, and he was on this touchline. Hawke's Bay might have just dodged a wee bullet there.
Well, that was the same thing. Force has made a tackle, never released. Yeah, but then there's a marginal one on 7 as well.
Mike Coman gets the report.
Oh, he's already coming from the back.
So Josh Hall, some attention for him after that collision with Tua Sasevi from the restart. Reserve halfback for Bay of Plenty, Lewis Hancock, who's had plenty of game time this season. McCashin, and nowhere near it. Nick McCashin, taken by Wanger on the 5, and he thumps it downfield. Oh. Josh Hawke will have nightmares.
What Josh Hawke is doing in that position, I don't know. He shouldn't be back there in the first place. Patrolling that side of the field, they knew he was going to miss.
He was channeling Colin Burke.
Never looked likely, did he? Just chucked out the right hand just for the sake of it, but Bay of Plenty unsettled here, Sumo.
Right over the top of the line now, Fomai picks it up and then throws it straight to Lynn. They need to get the ball out. They do so. McDonald up from fullback. Strong carry from the vet. Josh Hall feeds it up again. McCashin now, crossfield kick from him. Kaka across, and Kaka under pressure, dragged across the touchline. Great play, Masanga. Net gain, Bay of Plenty. Quick throw in. Callum Retallick back to Masanga and buries the head. 7 short of the line here, the Steamers. Numbers, and they get it out to Sam Cane. It's Cane on his own into Wanger and Coman. Picked up, carried on. Maru Henry. He buries the head. 2 short now. Good defence from Bourlace, but it's not over yet for the home side. They drop it off on a late cut. Picked up by Hall, popped up. Pleasant's take, caught 1 short. It's good ball there again for Hall. This could be a try, and will be a try. And it looks simple in the end as McCashin goes in under the dot.
I thought they looked rattled, Sumo, but on that occasion they looked very, very sound. Had some very strong one-off runners there. Bay of Plenty got over the advantage line. Just watch this kick here from McCashin. And a great chase by Lilian Masanga. Smitty said he had to inject himself. Well, he did. With that chase on the fence, made it a good one. And the quick throw and led to this little bit of play here. And in the end, just Hall gets the ball away. Just an easy right foot step there by McCashin.
Well, Hawke's Bay should have been aware of that. They scored a try from exactly the same position off a kick and chase 2 weeks ago against Counties Manukau. Then they had it repaid this week by Bay of Plenty. Quick thinking from Masanga. It was a wonderful chase, and he picked on the young fella, Gillies Kaka, who might think perhaps he could have done a bit more as he went into touch there. Now, Ihia West in 21. He was a bit of a star for the New Zealanders in South Africa in the Junior World Cup. He'll come in at in the number 10 role. Dan Wanger will shift out 1 and play in the second 5'8" role.
So Sasevi off. And West immediately into the action. Oh, Ihia West made a big difference offensively against Southland. I know couldn't add much on the scoreboard, but his combination, especially with Gillies Kaka, something quite special. And Masanga, speaking of special, straight around the outside. Now he tries to do a Kaka on Kaka. And West is back to clean up.
Well, the play's starting to go Flash's way, and he's starting to enjoy it too. I'm sure that's not the kick he wanted. Wanted to chip and chase a win in field, so went away from him, but worrying signs here for Hawke's Bay.
Well, that was a lovely touch from West, though. Right back on his goal line, left foot, not his strongest foot.
Bay of Plenty through Phil Burley now. Oh, Coman says no. It's quick enough ball, and they drop it back on the inside again. Latimer takes it up. Now some space for McCashin, easily through the first line. Inside the 22, they sweep again, the Steamers. Kane! Inside ball, and the try to Maru Henry. And they're in again, the Steamers.
Well, I think that loose trail is starting to stand out for mine. Tanita Latimer got over the advantage line. It was Sam Cane that was on his hip. They gave the good clean out. And then again, Sam Cane induces himself. There it is, Cane, you can see him. McCashin does the run. Strong break, gets the ball in good position. Sammy Cane once again on the side. Just watch him here, little limited space. Just bumps off one, fends off another, passes the ball in contact. There's a good winger, should be his on-hand Henry. Great try, Bay.
Yeah, great finishing, wasn't it, from Bay of Plenty. Every time they've come down in this territory, they've gone away with a try. And that's the sign of a really side playing at the top of their game, finishing well with confidence. A few Hawke's Bay boys with hands-on heads about missed tackles there. Waihinga missing one early on in the piece when he had to come back to his left. Chris Eaton should have done a wee bit better 5 metres out from his goal line as well. So they've got some serious issues to address behind the goal line all of a sudden. Hawke's Bay.
McCashin, another one on the plate for him. And 2 more in the bank for the Bay of Plenty. He's happy. 24 points to 11 in the Battle of the Bays. First half, 3 tries for the visitors. As we see Sam Cane again, the quick fake, fend in the face for Borlase. And infield Maru Henry for his first try at ITM Cup level.
The thing too, Sumo, for mine, Bay Plenty still had 3 numbers in support there, so Hawke's Bay really just need to slow down the Bay Plenty's pull at the contact area.
Well, here's Braid again into the tackle of Hicker Elliott. Inside the 22, and they're full of confidence now, the Steamers. Oh, the offload from Kendrick Lynn. Hall clears. Straight across the line, and Dan Perrott can't handle that pass, and maybe question marks whether he should have been given the ball to start with.
There's a bit of dew on there down there, Smitty. I mean, it's about the third occasion we had a bad handling error.
Just a hint of it, Carl, but if you don't like the weather, go back to Auckland.
There's Tua Sasevi, all throw, no go tonight.
Have a look at it.
So he'll put some ice on the ankle. Just 37 gone. It's gone in the blink of an eye.
Has indeed, but just watch that guy on screen. He higher West Smitty's already highlighted what he brings. He's electric.
Patience from the
For
back
mine,
here, please.
he'll have a go too. Don't worry about that. Has a very good footwork. So he will challenge the line.
Well, Smithy and I spoke to his father before the game tonight, and Ian Smith, I think I'm correct in saying he's a passionate man.
Did you get that? You got that feeling, did you?
I did indeed.
You're great at summing up characters.
Oh, no, a great judge. A great judge.
Touch. Sit.
Eaton again. Carl Lowe playing at 8. In jersey 6. Oh, Marvin Caruana with a big bump off. McCashin, I don't think, knows where he is at the moment. Coleman.
6.
And picked up, carried on by Pete Borlase. And they try to hold him up again. It's been a MO for Bay of Plenty this season, as it has become for many teams in the ITM Cup. The more play. Waihinga now playing one wide. Gets the offload away as Kaka again breaks the first tackle. 4 short of the line. Hawke's Bay looking to make a statement before the break. And the Bay come right over the top, and they may well have turned it over. They have. That is big breakdown work from the visitors, and a promising opportunity for Hawke's Bay goes begging.
Gee, I reckon that's Luke Braid's strength. Could be wrong, but I got a feeling that the number 8 got right back there. It was part of that tackle and the counter-rucking.
Here's McCashin.
We're right.
Boom.
Well, that's what happens when you go chest up into a tackle against a strong long runner like Kawana. Look at that. Gillies Kaka just injecting himself, and then they just have electric wings here on the Bay. And who was that? You're right, Smitty, number 8.
Well, Luke Braid's come into this ITM Cup season on the back of what must have been one of the most horrible times in his life, captaining a Blues side that just couldn't get a thing going. And while I'm sure he was very proud of being given the captain's armband, it was just a season from hell for Blues.
Let him come to ground.
Well, he's
But
playing
he
great
is-
rugby. Great
he is-
rugby at the moment.
Sure is.
So no, I'll tell you, in previous years, you'd have backed Hawke's Bay for short money here to line up drive this close to a line.
And they're still paying $1.02. It's Hicker Elliott with the ball at the back, and the drive comes on now. Elliott knows what to do here. He can't quite get across, can he? Oh, and they've given a penalty try. Penalty try, Hawke's Bay.
Black tick. Sorry. 6 goal. And 6 goal.
The penalty goes against Tanido Latimer.
And
The
6
penalty
goal.
try goes to Hawke's Bay.
We're 6. You're 6. Collapsing.
Why does he give him a card too?
He's given him 10. Surely the try's enough.
That is a huge call in the context of this game, Sumo, but it was well constructed. Smitty called it. You would have put money on Hawke's Bay doing this in previous years where they're going to back themselves. Look at the structure. There's nothing Bay Plenty could do about that. Sure, he might have pulled it down. I think Kikarali was over anyway. It was a tough call.
Well, that is half-time. So many times you'll see the penalty try given as the punishment. Bay of Plenty have taken the double hit here. Tanido Latimer will spend the first 10 in the bin in the second half. And we're back to a 6-point ball game, 24 points to 18. Callum Retallick coming over towards Ian Smith at the moment, and let's head down there now.
Well, you're ahead on the board, Callum, but that's a bit of a shock to the system in the last minute there.
Yeah, it's a wee bit disappointing. Had to push over this right on full to half-time there, so something to think about going into half-time.
You're going to have to regroup with only 14 in the next 10.
Yeah, our width play's been awesome when we get a bit of a break. We're capitalising well, but when you've got the heat on us in our half, we just need to tighten up a wee bit.
Go on, mate, have a break, cheers.
Callum Retallick sums it up. The scoreline here in the Battle of the Bays. It's 24 Bay of Plenty, Hawke's Bay 18. Back after the break. And his team has a one-man advantage here for the first 10 minutes of the half. Luke Braid will skipper Bay of Plenty as Tanido Latimer
All right, goal.
sits out his time.
And Lewis Hancock in jersey 20, and that is at halfback for Josh Hall. We saw him having his hand strapped, no good.
West with the start of the second half. Who wants the attached to their name? Liam Masanga wants his head attached to his body again after that shot.
Stop.
Sitting back for this is Carl Lowe, and snowflaked on him. Horrell with the microchip. Picked up, driven on, still live here. Hawke's Bay have it ripped away. And McCashin turns it back for Kenny Lynn. Now Masanga. Straight through, weighing his tackle. What a try, Lelia Masanga. The man has been inspired by the rookie Gillies Kaka, and he's come up with a beauty of his own.
Oh, I was just about to say that, Sumo. Haven't we got two brilliant 14s on show tonight? There's a double cut. First is McCashin onto Kenny Lynn, and then Kenny Lynn onto Masanga. Just watch the left fan, the second one, and then the fancy finish, or the speed to finish from deep.
Well, brilliance, absolute brilliance from Masanga. Let's just have a look here at Kenny Lynn changing the direction, the in-pass to Masanga, which was outstanding, but Craig Philpott will hardly have got his bum back on his seat when he sees all these missed tackles. He said, our mistakes are keeping them in it. Well, I've done it again, really, Hawke's Bay. They should have been better because this guy is just too good given half the opportunity. Gee, Carl, we can fire up a winger, can't we?
Oh, geez, yes, Smitty. I love it. Love it.
Conversion is good. And 14 on 15, they come up with the first 7 of the second spell. 31 plays 18 in the Battle of the Bays. And it was turnstile defence from Hawke's Bay, it has to be said. First a weak shot there, Wainger didn't get close, and Lelia Masanga. No dance, disappointing. Here he is again, can't keep him out of the game. As he takes the restart, Hancock, good ball back to McCashin. Work to do for the Hawke's Bay. Horrell. Decides the only way is up. Chases his kick. Great play from the fullback.
Up on Black.
And then they knock the ball on. Advantage for the Steamers.
Thank you.
Well, Craig Philpott must be thinking he's in a bad dream at the moment after his halftime interview.
Here it is.
It was great work initially from Horrell. Right up and under. No one to challenge from Bay Plenty. They waited for him to come down. McDonald was the one that put the hit in and dislodged the ball, but nothing worse after getting the message and going out and doing exact opposite. So It really has threatened them all year, net man.
He's good there,
Warrior,
though.
Bowman's bleeding.
Patient, same again as that first half. We had it good. Let's keep it going.
A lot of space here, though, Sumo, to the right-hand side for Bay playing. Look for that 8-9 as the option. 4 to the left-hand side.
Crouch.
Well, bonus point try for Bay of Plenty. 43 gone in the match. There's Kenny Lynn. Hawke's Bay get a good shove on at scrum time. This is hard ball for Lewis Hancock to work with. McCashin, another late cut, but no one bought it. Certainly not Marvin Caruana. And then the turnover play. Fomai in there doing good work. Low now. Wang.
Go, release!
Bundled up by Luke Braid. Carl Lowe picks up. Sees some space around the edge. And then the offload to Coman. He spins away to Elliott. Better play now for Hawke's Bay as he higher west. Brings in the line. Horrell. Caruana. Marvin Caruana with the offload. Kaka's in again.
Pretty confident, but we will go upstairs and have a check.
Check it, okay.
Have a check.
Yeah, time off. We'll just check it, just to be sure. TMO.
Ian Smith will move away from the monitor. The TMO will come in. Gillies Kaka, I think, will be confident of having a double tonight.
I can't do it, but I'll award it.
There you go. I'm backing you, Smitty. I thought it was okay from the naked eye in real time. McDonald tried his hardest. Gillies Kaka controls his body. Nothing wrong with that. Easy. 2 for Kaka. Right foot's up, left foot's up, arms down, balls down before he crosses the white line. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Yeah, award the try.
Thank you. Time on.
Mike Fraser says yes on the call from Bruce Dockery. Gillies Kaka has 10 points for the match.
What a great try, though. What about this pass from the higher west? Set them alight. All the passes in front, under pressure. Watch Caruana here, and the offload just out the back door. Gillies Kaka trailing him behind. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he made the third pass, didn't he, Gillies Kaka, and stayed in support like all good wingers will do. Across from the far side. He's been playing on the right tonight, and he scores in the left-hand corner. So he was the link for Ehai West. These guys have grown up together. The West, the Paiwais, the Kakas, they know each other so well. It's like a sixth sense, and this fellow's part of the group as well. The older statesman, Dan Waiinga.
Waiinga from about as far out as he can get, and he's missed another. And the man on screen is having a ball tonight, and there was the ball, the interplay between Kaka and Ehai West. Horrell involved as well. Great offload, Marvin Caruana. They'll be happy in Wainui. McCashin. 8-point ball game. Skirnby into the tackle, and he's lost the ball cold in contact. Hancock. And that was a danger ball all day long for Phil Burley. They'll come back for the first mistake, though.
Oh, Craig Philpott once again highlighted about the mistakes of Hawke's Bay, leading Bay plenty into this game, and again from the kickoff. It's the turnover in contact and given Bay Plenty an opportunity. Just takes the hit up. Big contact, but see how he has the ball in the wrong hand. It's available for Bay Plenty. They play at it. Scoombie won't be happy.
Remember, Tanner Latimer still sits in the bin. He's still got around about 3.5 minutes to go, so we'll keep an eye on that. But maybe Hawke's Bay can disrupt. They'll be wanting to clear this very quickly, Bay of Plenty.
The last scrum was very good too, Hawke's Bay. Got a lot of pressure on Bay Plenty. Let's see if they can muscle here.
Let's go 8B, let's go 8B. Touch. Sit.
Hands everywhere on this side of the scrum, but play continues. McCashin dropped it off late to Maru Henry. Hancock in again. And dropping the head this time was Leon Power. Has switched direction. Henry, one try already, looking for another. Maru Henry held on to the ball, picked up by Hancock. So 12 metres out now, Bay of Plenty. million men on this right-hand side. Callum Retallick says, give me the ball. They stay right. McCashin just offloaded. Kendrick Land with an offload. Kenny Land. Phil Burley with the try. Where did that ball come from?
Kendrick Lynn and this guy Phil Burley really have created a pretty dynamic centre pairing, I think. Got the director in 12. He was the recipient of the pass from Kenny Lim. It was well constructed. Just here, Kenny Lim, little step, and just watch him go to ground, pop it up. Got the little call from Phil Burley, hitting a nice line on the inside.
Well, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was Hawke's Bay that only had the 14 defenders, because at times they've just been blown apart. They've conceded 2 tries, probably both converted 2 in a short space of time after half-time. Scored 1 themselves, but they're going backwards with superior numbers. And again, weak defence on the in-ball was cruelly exposed.
Well, I'm glad there's glass between me and the radio commentators here, because there's stuff flying in the radio commentary box. They're losing the plot.
Yeah, but they all come down from that mistake from the kick-off sumo, the turnover from Schoonby. You see Tani Latima, he'll be on very soon. She'll be breathing a sigh of relief as McCashin takes this conversion.
Great nudge, McCashin. 38 plays 23. 14 points to 5. Bay have plenty of outscored Hawke's Bay with 14 men.
And I reckon they've got a 100% strike rate of getting in this area of the field and coming away with 7 pointers. Every time they have punished Hawke's Bay to the maximum.
How good that offload. Masanga, who puts on a goose step and then gets 5 Hawke's Bay forwards in his face. McCashin clears from inside the 22. This one will go across the touchline. Carl Lowe will get on with the job. Horrell again will look for the bomb, and he runs into the back of Luke Braid, so he can't chase. Lewis Hancock, wrestle to deck. Great play, Carl Lowe.
Out to go, go!
Picked up by Eaton. Indecision again. But they're here now, the Magpies, and they're looking for 5 more. Eaton, wide ball from Eaton. Coleman there. Spins out of the first tackle. Caught 5 short.
Stay here.
Eaton picks up. 1 off running. Eaton again needs to get his hand on the ball.
Offside, 8 goal.
And offside against Luke Braid. Now the decision, KT. Only 49 gone in the match, 50 minutes now.
Line out drive, doesn't it?
You'd have to say, Smitty, after their last effort, and that's what they're doing.
Latimer might just get on in time for this. Tanner Latimer, he is sprinting down the touchline.
Well, that's the thing, Smitty. Now here in this area, they'll have to have their discipline at a premium, because if they do it again, it might be a different colour.
Vicar Elliott flying up about the ball. Ball boy scarred for life. Kennedy takes it down. They set the drive. And they'll get close here. Hawke's Bay. It's Elliott again in the back. And they'll drive him over the line. Bay getting underneath this again. Mike Fraser says no idea.
Stand it up. Stand it up.
There's no way Vicar Elliott was giving that ball up, Sumo. At the back of this one, once again, well constructed.
You got anything? Okay. Timo. Bruce, have you got me?
Well, this is a challenge for the TMO.
I haven't got a
here.
grounding, so try no try, please.
Vicar Elliott's confident, as you'd expect.
Be a challenge for our VT boys. I hope there's no Bay of Plenty guys in there, Sumo, you know about this.
One Marcus Kennedy, I'm sure he won't be that biased, would he?
Let's have a look at how things pan out here, and whether or not we can see Elliott getting to ground. Smart Money says he probably did, but can we see the evidence?
Well, regardless, Mike Fraser's got call here for another penalty. And Sam Kane's just gone straight to deck in the middle of that maul. And if it was a penalty try last time and a yellow card, same issue here, and no call.
Maybe this might be the best angle here, Sumo. Couldn't see it from the other one, but...
Well, if you can see through Josh Honick, I'll bow to you.
Hawke's Bay are sort of back on halfway, aren't they? They're sort of semi-confident. I don't think they're going to get any better view than that.
The question was try or no try. And so the TMO here will have to give inconclusive.
We can't. On every angle, there's no way you can see anything.
Yes, Bruce. Go ahead.
See the ball grounded, so it'll be a 5 metre scrum black.
Okay. So it's time on. It's inconclusive. It's inconclusive. 5 minute scrum.
Hector Elliott with a wry grin on his face.
Good set.
Odds on there'll be some anger at scrum time from this Hawke's Bay front row right now.
It's been pretty solid all game, you'd have to say. The referee was probably in the best position of all of us to get that.
Yeah, we haven't got footage. I
see
haven't
here.
seen it, so
Elliott just having a bit of
You're
a
honest, man,
talk
aren't
to
you?
the referee, eh?
I didn't see it, says Mike Fraser. I saw it, says Hector Elliott.
bring it up. Bring it up. And walk it up.
Yeah, very wide angles and space there from Hawke's Bay, just watching higher west. Challenge the line, he's the secret.
You
And
reckon this is
Latu.
coming out of the scrum?
Touch.
Latu on his right shoulder as well.
Eaten to feed. And the Steamers hold their own. Scrum turns into a mess, so we'll pack down again. 51 gone here at McLean Park.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Come on, Louis.
Well, the Magpies won't be thinking they're out of this game, not by any stretch. And remember, their one win this season came from behind against Counties Manukau, where they were down plenty and won that game, clinging on at the end under all sorts of pressure.
Well, still a lot of time to go too, Sumo. Only 52 minutes gone, so by no means are they out of this contest, especially if they score now.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Eaton and Hancock getting acquainted. Oh, it's a tight head. Oh, it's popped out. Fomai! Try time! Well, the rake came through from Bay of Plenty, but it popped out the channel, and Fomai swooped. Try time, Hawke's Bay.
It wasn't what the call was, I'm sure, but Formai was a recipient. He was onto it, quick as a flash. Looked like it come off the knees of the props initially from the scrum feed. Went onto the Bay of Plenty side. Just watch it here. Eaton gets it in, bounces right off the hooker's legs. It's on the Bay of Plenty, comes out the other side. Sam Cane thinks it's still in the scrum. Number 6 is onto it. Formai.
Presence of mind too from the number 6 from Hawke's Bay. He was the first one to seize on the opportunity. As you say, Sam Cane was oblivious to the fact the ball had come out. So a poacher's try there for Hawke's Bay, and a change of kicker too. Ihaya West gets the roll from Dan Wainga, who was striking them so beautifully early in the game, just lost his radar a bit. So the 21 takes the kick.
Fomai with his first try in ITM Cup rugby. A couple of first-time try scorers today, Henry and Fomai. Ihaya West with a big kick in the scheme of this game. Bring it back to 8 points. No drama at all. Ihaya West.
Oh, confidence showing by Ihaya West. What a great last quarter we're about to come into, Sumo, of this game. 8-point buffer.
Hold on to your seats, folks. The Battle of the Bays is very much alive. Restart made, and the crowd has certainly found its voice. Johan Scoomby hasn't found his hands.
No, go. 4. Come back.
Eaton will just settle things down at the base of this ruck, and he clears outside the 22. And a counter-attack chance now for Bay of Plenty. Slipping into the tackle was Murray Henry. Kane is there. Bonus point try for Hawke's Bay as well, so both sides with the try bonus tonight. And we'll come back,
offside,
Mike
midfield.
Fraser with an offside penalty in Bay of Plenty's favour.
What's so exciting for mine, Sumo, both teams have game breakers that can crack it at any opportunity. Just you see a substitution about to come on, Smitty?
Yeah, and a very good one too, isn't it? Chris Noakes, truckloads of experience at a high level as well, so a really good man to come on and be the general for Bay of Plenty from this very attacking line out as well.
So the offside is here. Look at midfield, and no argument really. Fomai the man.
Plenty going to a short line out, Sumo, so watch this to be OT ball off the top.
Interesting backline setup as well for Bay of Plenty as they bunch around Luke Braid. It's clean for Leon Power, and they'll get some drive on here, the Steamers. Perrin has it at the back. Now Hancock and Noakes straight away to Braid. Beg your pardon, it's Kendrick Lynn. Hard to get those two confused. They stay down the left. Great work from the Magpies, and Chris Noakes gets a welcome to the game from Hicker Elliott. Eaton.
Leave it, fellas. Leave it here. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Boulays and Tanido Latimer in the foreground as Coman takes another giant shot and bounces back up. Eaton from the box and under pressure. Chase line is there, and the knock on from Hawke's Bay. Lost for the call, and they sweep on it here. Leo Masanga faked the offload, sets play just outside the 22.
Looked like he knocked it on, Sumo, yeah. And we got the call from assistant referee, Leo Masanga. In the act of throwing those decoys on the inside, got caught by some good defence by Hawke's Bay. Might have been Horrell and Higher West coming across. Got him in an uncompromising position. You see me, calls for the inside switch. Throws a dummy, Higher West up top. That's great work by the young man, dislodging that pilt.
It's your pick. They won't wheel, will they? Don't think so. Oh, yeah.
It's a good scrum banter going on between Elliott and Mike Fraser.
Carl, just come down here, mate. Come down here.
He's calling his assistant in to watch this side of the scrum.
Crouch. Touch. Sit. Stay flanker.
Eaton. Wang feeds it off to West. And the old defensive bomb. It's a ripper. And it works. Unbelievable. The first time in history a defensive bomb has come off, and it's Andrew Horrell for the line. Looks inside. He's got a hat-trick. Gillies Kaka in support.
Well, it come off a missed kick from Higher West. It was knocked back from goal. The call from Mike Fraser came. Sam King tried to get back in defence. Just watch it here. Higher West off his right boot. Straight up in the air. Just watch it when it comes down. They contest the ball. Yep, just on there. Kendrick Ling, I think it was. Just watch as Horrell just backs himself. Liam Masanga will come across Sam Kane, chasing hard, dives as much as he can. It's a good winger, does. Liam Masanga comes across, but another good winger, Gillies Kaka, in support.
Just terrific support work. Yes, it was a kick that's gone wrong, but all of a sudden it's Kevin Schuler that got the panics on in the Bay of Plenty coaching box. That head wound won't be doing in itself any favours. Sumo, keep an eye out for him, won't you?
I think he's wearing a scrum cap in the coach's box. He's banged his head on the tissue box in the changing room this morning as well.
How good is his footy, though, Sumo? Both teams just laying on the line. They know this is it for their season. Whoever loses is going to be struggling.
Well, this to make it a one-point ball game at McLean Park. Higher West. And he can't convert. 3 points in the Battle of the Bays as we hit the final quarter of this match. I've lost count of the tries. Ten tries so far in the game. One more and you'll be able to count them on both hands. And Danny Burke, as a mistake comes.
Yeah, both ways, fellas.
I was just about to say, Simo, it's whoever can decide to do some tackling and get their defence up, and it comes from Dan Wainga, who's started to get himself back into this game. Just lowers his shoulder and puts a beautiful bit of defence on. Just watch him here. Never takes his eyes off his opposite. Phil Burley lowers the shoulder. Beautiful work.
On the far side, you'll see Muffy Kefu in 22 for Bay of Plenty, and that is for Maru Henry.
Muffy Kefu changed out of the squad today. Maru Henry with a 5-pointer. Kefu name, of course, synonymous with Australian rugby.
Yeah, the younger brother of Tarai Kefu.
Stephen Kefu also played for the Bay of Plenty.
Sit!
4-2 split here, Carl. 4 to the left for Hawke's Bay. Go right.
The kick through, and this one will find touch. And maybe, just maybe, Hawke's Bay willing to go for territory here, Smithy.
Well, as you say, 20 minutes to go, basically. So much has happened. We're looking at 73 points at better than a point a minute. You're right. Pick a winner from here, brave man.
Black, come
Who's
on.
going to flinch first? It's all about putting your team in the right position. Whether it be defence or offence. I'm sure they're going to challenge this Hawke's Bay, this line-out throw.
Perrin up.
Oh, get in.
And Retallick, easy ball in the end for him near the back of the line-out. And they'll sit on the 22. Hancock. Noakes. They miss one. They find Lynn. Lynn gets a shot put on him. Dan Wainga, whose defence was questioned a couple of times in the first half, has suddenly found his shoulder.
Stop.
And he's put it in a couple of times. Here's Horrell, who latched on to that defensive bomb earlier. Now he puts an offensive one in. It'll come back on the Hawke's Bay side. Latu. Penikula Latu on debut this evening. Formai within try already. It's gone backwards from Hicker Elliott. And Horrell now somehow keeps it in field. Skurnby finds Wainga.
Roll, goal!
Whiplash warning for the last 20 here. Hicker Elliott. And some boot work getting in from Ross Kennedy. Held on as the call.
Black 3.
Tanu De Latimer doing great work. Also, the number 5, Leon Power, just getting himself on the wrong side of the ruck. There's no way they could clear at Hawke's Bay.
Noakes will clear downfield, and a good touch finder too from Chris Noakes. Smithy, it's going to come down to bench management, isn't it, this game?
And discipline off field too. And just looking here for a called out Peter Borlase here. They're just going over and sealing it off in the wrong area and playing the ball maybe on the ground as well. So he was the culprit. And there's a man just loves getting into the action. A good man to have coming on with 15 to go. Just
Wesley Moran can score a try as Skurnby plucks one out. Some in-your-face line-out work from Johan Skurnby, this former South African under-20 trialist. Enjoying his time in the Bay. The ball's gone high and it's drifting towards touch, and over it goes. And back we come.
How big will that miss kick be from Chris Eaton? He's given away good position there for Bay of Plenty.
No such problems for the Steamers line-out, except the heckling from the crowd and almost an intercept from Carl Lowe. Knock-on's the call, so under advantage the Steamers carry on through Perrin.
Release 4. Advantage over.
Kane finds himself in space. Lilia Masanga. And Masanga trying to get through the defensive line up to the 22.
No.
Ball is there. Hancock again. The line is up quickly in midfield from Hawke's Bay. They look to go around the outside. Kepford. Big contact. And over the touchline he goes in the tackle.
$17 for 1. So we saw Tristy and jersey 17, so that'll be for Greg Pleasant-Tate. Let's just look at the strong work here from the number 13 from Hawke's Bay, absorbing that shoulder. Karawana.
Can tackle. Greg Pleasant-Tate, and there's Herb Schuler with plaster. He's one of the most affable men in rugby, Kevin Schuler, but he doesn't look that affable at the moment. Ropeable might be a better word for it. Ross Kennedy, who has clocked up some serious air miles as a rugby player. And the time's high to take that one. Dan Luke Braid has come through. And Hicker Elliott gets to deck. Eaton. Again. Decides on the kick. Big chase coming forward here from Wainga. And again, both teams have had some real trouble catching the kick this evening.
Well, it really has been a weapon for the Hawke's Bay, the up and under. McDonald only a small man. He's been standing really, really deep, which is interesting as another sub comes on Smitty.
Yeah, Ash Dixon, a lot of experience. Playing a lot of rugby in the Auckland area, back to the Bay. So that's for Hicker Elliott.
Yeah, he's explosive too. Ash Dixon has a strong ball carry on him too, Sumo. So
well, he started the game last week against Southland. Hicker Elliott's put in a good shift here. 66 for the hooker.
Let's go.
Danny Lee there on the left, and Craig Philpott. Welcome to coaching, boys.
well, Danny Lee, my old teammate. Good to see him involved. I think that's great. Just the amount of coaches, young coaches in this competition, Sumo. Great to see. We talk about the young players. See a lot of them here. Higher West, Gillies, Kaka.
Hawke's Bay, very narrow blind on the right, so they're all lined up to the left here.
Crouch.
Tri-magnet, Gillies, Kaka right behind his great mate Higher West, and then spread right across.
Well, if he goes in for 4, he'll be beside himself. And so will this crowd, I imagine. They've been treated to a spectacle here. The Battle of the Bays has become one of the best fixtures on the rugby calendar, it must be said.
I'll free kick you.
It was a very big performance from this Hawke's Bay side last year in Rotorua.
Working well. Let's go.
They've had the right to call themselves the Bay for 13 months.
What should stay there? The outside it. Crouch. Touch. Nah,
Free kick.
Not steady.
Not mucking around at scrum time, Mike Fraser. Carl Lowe. And here is Captain Coman. The man is made from something special, Mike Coman. Now the wide ball, Andrew Horrell. And we saw last week, the last 20 minutes of the match, he really made himself at home in the back line. Another strong run and good defence coming in from the Steamers. It's there for Eaton. He gets dragged in.
Use it.
Now he goes. Higher West. Carl Lowe. Campton midfield. Inside ball. Latu. Strong run again. The offload from the deck. That's the 22. Hawke's Bay. Higher West with a flat ball to Fomo. Ash Dixon was there to clear some bodies, and then Tanido Latimer came straight through and forced the error. And Burley able to clear downfield. Big play, Tanido Latimer.
Huge play by Tanido. What look at the chase here from Masanga. Well done, Horrell.
Andrew Horrell slips it away. The knock-on comes right on the halfway line. Advantage Steamers, and they'll get the scrum.
Well, Tanido Latimer just knowing the rules of the game. There's another sub comes on there, Smitty.
Well, it'd be interesting to go back and have a look at that replay as well, because you're exactly right, Carl. Did he get the timing spot on? Comes from the back there. He believes that Chris Eaton had his hands on the ball. He's fair game. Mike Fraser agreed with him. Great work here from Horrell defensively. The step on Masanga coming through, and then the knock on by the number 1, Baroni. So yes, changes for Hawke's Bay. 17 for 1. So that's Brendan Edmonds for Baroni. We've got at halfback Isaac Paiwai in jersey 20. That's for Chris Eaton, and for the Bay, we've got Dan Goodwin 18, and that is for Callum Rutala.
Well, this is like a game of backyard footy in that Hawke's Bay backline at the moment. Paiwai, West, Kaka,
Get in your channel.
That would have spent a fair bit of
still in
time.
there. So it's for Leon Power.
Okay,
See
listen.
once again,
I'll
Masanga
manage this.
parked
Here's your
out
mark.
behind his
Step
first
off.
5. He's going to
Bring
be
it
an
up.
option
It's
either
been
on the
working
outside
well.
or inside and
You
try
go
and
that
hold.
way.
The higher west, that's the team channel they want to try and attack.
Yes. Stay
Masanga
there.
very, very powerful. I'm sure he'll want to tie up your higher west. He'll see that as a mismatch all day long.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Brendan Edmonds, who played in that final last year, he gets twisted at the last minute, but the scrum able to continue. Masanga carves off a couple. Hancock from the deck away to Noakes. And this one will float down on Horrell. He'll take it with ease and calls for the mark.
Yeah, way too far there, that up and under. It was a strong chase, but a guy like that diffused that easily.
You'd have to wonder about that option, regardless of how deep the kick was, because Bay of Plenty had the momentum. They went across the advantage line. You called it, Carl, with Masanga aiming at West. It worked. He broke through the advantage line, attracted 3 defenders, and then Noakes basically kicked it away.
Come up a bit. Gave me 2, Masanga, but I'm with you, Smitty. If you're going to do that, you might as well do it straight from the get-go.
Into the final 10 minutes. Callum Rotella calls the line out. Dan Perrin with the throw. And Kane with the grab.
Stop it.
Mike Fraser will force Hancock to use the ball, that is. The crossfield kick, and Masanga puts the shot on Horrell, and he's hurt him too. The ball has gone loose. It's with the Steamers. Horrell stays down.
Advantage over.
Noakes scything through, and then the knock-on from Ehire West. He's called it deliberate, so the penalty now in front of the posts, and this, a big call.
They're asking for the yellow card. They're saying it's a deliberate knock-on. Luke Bray pleading. Mike Fraser, the referee, but Horrell just took one under the ribs. It was great timing. It was legal. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's like a strong Ponsonby coffee, this, from Masanga. It's a double shot. Bang, gets up and has another go. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. Causing the turnover.
Well diffused. Oh, I can tell you, I've taken 1 or 2 of those. I know you won't believe me, Sumo, but they do hurt.
Well, here's Noakes at the end of the play, and there's West. Well, could argue either way. However, it's in the books now. Smithy, Malia Masanga this evening, probably the best game he's played at ITM Cup this year.
Oh, he's just been outstanding. I mean, he's just been so punishing. It's almost as if he saw that bit of work from Gillies Kaka and said, the hell with that. 114.
Chris Noakes is 21, and he's added 3 more to the Bay of Plenty bank. 41 plays 35. A try converted will win it for Hawke's Bay. At the moment, Bay of Plenty in the driver's seat, and Schoonby off to the bench.
A debut for a famous Hawke's Bay name, Parsons, Tom Parsons in 18 for Schoonby.
Hawke's Bay fight for this. And the ball is well up off the deck. They're trying to get down. Number 11 there is Pinakolo Latu, and he won't be able to affect it. So the Steamers, as John Parianga warms up on the sideline.
Well, indecision. That kick-off time nearly stung Bay of Plenty. They let the ball bounce. Hawke's Bay were unlucky not to capitalise. John Parianga, he's very strong too, isn't he? Sumo in the hooking roll. This guy's been good. Dan Perrin.
Very mobile, Dan Perrin. John Parianga, different type of player, but it's like bringing on a brick wall right when you need it. 6 to go here at McLean Park. 41 plays 35. Scrum, Bay of Plenty. And we'll reset, and Hawke's Bay, the clock against them. This will be frustrating.
Well, he's been good tonight. That guy Carl Ode needed a big one for his team to be competitive at the breakdown.
Same again.
This side's been an issue all night long, Sumo.
Well, Mike Fraser's asked his assistant to help him out at scrum time tonight, and it has been this side of the scrum all night.
Let's go.
They have plenty lined up like they're going to run this. You can see their formation in the back line. Both teams willing to come with a great attitude, hence the score.
Crouch. Touch.
Kendrick Lynn, who popped that great ball up for Phil Burley. One of the tries tonight, and it's free kick time. Luke Braid will be in no rush here as he hands it off to Chris Noakes. He won't have the benefit of touch for line out here, Chris Noakes. However, that's the way he goes. So it'll be Magpies' ball. Who wants to be the star of the day here at McLean Park? Gillies Kaka already with 3 tries. A back line that's full of youth and ability. Deep inside their own half. They need to go all the way, Hawke's Bay, if they want to win this game. And they call in the runner, it's Latu. Formai now, 1 try tonight already. Picked up and driven on. Inside the Bay of Plenty half. Trying to work downfield through Ross Kennedy. Pops it up to Coleman. Coleman again with a captain's knock this evening. They stay short. Taken on by Brendan Edmonds.
Stay here.
Paiwai reaches in. Again, it's Coleman who puts his hand up for work. He'll have to release and he needs support. And he can't do it.
6 gold over the ball. Holding on.
Tanido Latimer again, Sumo, the captain, just reading the situation, and the timing he has is impeccable. Really does put his body on the line week after week, ruck after ruck, and watch ahead, they were looking likely. We're Hawke's Bay. Captain on captain, to see him there come in and read the situation. Great technique, couldn't clean him out. Great turnover.
He's just carried on from his Chiefs form. Tanido.
Late change for Hawke's Bay, 22 for 10. So Nick McLennan for Dan Wainga.
I saw Nick McLennan last weekend pull off a great covering tackle down there in Invercargill. A try saver it was. He's got plenty of pace.
He'll go to fullback, and Horrell goes in the second 5.
They've got them up off the deck here, the Magpies. Bay of Plenty will now need to use. Twisty Moran has it at the back. Ross Kennedy trying to get his big mitts on the ball. All he's got at the moment is a handful of Moran's jersey. Now they swing around and they lose it. The Magpies, 2.5 to go, will have use.
I was just about to say that too, mate. This is going to be the last throw of the dice for Hawke's Bay to get up in this game. What can they conjure up? The Higher West talks to his back line, calls the moves. Here we see Dan Wainga with his complaint coming off the most important part of this game. Horrell, he's got to be involved for sure, coming up in the front line from fullback.
Well, I'd love to see Horrell with more touches in a game.
Well, he's the same as Kenny Lynn. Kenny Lynn, a fullback, comes into centre, just changed the whole dynamics of this team, and same with Horrell.
Let's go.
No doubt for me that the combination of Higher West and Gillies Kaka just needs one more link. And they start this again, and it's a bad pass. Dropped. Carry on as the call from the referee. Under advantage. They head towards the touchline. Flag still not up. Ball still in play.
No, sorry guys, missing.
And we'll come back for the scrum and just rush the play, the Magpies.
And they come down to Lilia Masanga. You would have had a good look at his Smitty. He rushed up on defence, had 2 players to pick from. He rushed the one on the inside.
Okay.
It was McLennan. McLennan just saw him coming. He's been so good tonight, and he just spotted him. You could just see his head, the angle of his head go up as he saw him. There, look at the ball. He didn't look at the ball, he looked at the man.
Oh, he had a little Bo Peep, no doubt about that, off Masanga's last hit.
Well, close to best on show today, Liam Masanga, but the work of Tanido Latimer, even with 10 in the bin. Dan Perrins put in a knock, and Luke Braid again has been abrasive.
Crouch.
And there's been some stars for Hawke's Bay too.
Sit.
Tough game to split, and that's why only 6 points the difference as we head into the final minute. And Braid again, making yards. Latimer flicks it up. Moran looking to close out this game. Hawke, who's going to go the full 80. Driven on. Sam Cane. 20 metres out from the Hawke's Bay line. 15 seconds remaining in the game. They need a miracle, Hawke's Bay. Bay of plenty.
Launching in there.
And they get their miracle in the shape of Mike Fraser's right in there.
Well, if they're going to get it, they have to come from deep. They've got to tap and go.
Have we got time for a line out?
They have time for the line out. Just ask questions been asked.
35 seconds, yeah.
Yes, they do. So they're going to go to the line out, get it downtown a little bit.
35 seconds, the call, Ian Smith. Your thoughts?
Well, they got the call, so I don't know. Really, they didn't make a lot of ground from the kick, whether they would have done it from broken play, but they're going to have a good set piece first of all. They've got there.
Coleman gets the ball. Now they set up. Carlo breaks the first tackle. It is 80 minutes or your money back here tonight at McLean Park. Paiwai. Ball ace.
Release!
Into the tackle. Goodwin, the man who dragged him down. Some indecision early from Paiwai. Finds his matey higher west. Scrag down on the 10-metre line. 60 metres if they want to take the game, the Magpies. Dixon carves off 5 of them. Bunched up play here. Newman, Tom Parsons. Looking to go wide, Marvin Caruana.
6, go! 6!
Still inside their own half. Paiwai comes away, looking for some width. Here's McLennan. Looking for a mismatch on a big man, Nick McLennan.
Let it come, goal.
Won't get it this time.
No goal.
Time almost up. Hawke's Bay with the ball and one last chance.
Leave it 8.
Luke Braid told to leave it, doesn't. They get a penalty again, Hawke's Bay. They'll have to get on with it. Here's Formine. Looks inside, finds support. Here goes Eola West. Eola West. Eola West. You can't believe it. Unbelievable play from the Magpies.
Oh, and it's had everything, this game, absolutely everything. And it's going to be the perfect finish for Hawke's Bay, the kick to come to win it, which you'd have to assume would be a formality. Remember, this started a long time ago in their own 22. They took the ball forward. Ihaya West backed himself. The enthusiasm, the youth, it was a great call to bring him on. And the young man stands up and delivers.
The enthusiasm of youth and the confidence of youth. So Formai takes the kick. He sees West inside. The West goes. He just puts the foot down and goes. Sam Cane's got real gas. He can't get him. Burley can't get him. The dive is spectacular. And now he's got to gather himself and take the kick to win the game. What a night of rugby.
We asked the question, who wants to be the hero tonight? He's sitting right there. All 5'5" of him with red hair. Ihaya West. What a play.
30 seconds. Yeah.
This kick to win the game. And it's over. Hawke's Bay have retained the right to call themselves the Bay in an 84-point thriller. Should I say 83? I've lost count, KT.
Well, we've had drama this whole game. Both teams had it on the line. Bay of Plenty were in front as the hooter sounded, but in the end, it all mattered on the referee's whistle. And Hawke's Bay take the spoils, take the points. Beautiful, beautiful rugby.